Hello and welcome back to another Thursday night here at Heroes and Hooligans, where we are playing Gilded Destinies. And we are on our 12th episode, and our first real dungeon crawl begins. Last week, our party left breakfast with the mayor and had dropped Grandpa off at his little farmstead before heading off to their first day's work at the docks, where they absolutely proved their worth. Between Jillian just hustling through boxes, Cola's amazing feat of strength, Resnoring, and Zenlin was there.
Hey. I just want to say, I would love to have a shirt that says hashtag just Resnor things. Because Resnor was just Resnoring is the most accurate, without any other words, sentence on the whole planet.
Resonor.
At any given time, it's true. Resnor is the most character of all time.
Resnor is the greatest Resnor.
He is. He's great. Oh, we lost Chip.
That's not good.
Oh,
Well,
no.
anyways, I'll work on recap because we had a successful shift, and then we went to we decided to go to the Meadery Tavern instead of the tavern in town. And then we hung out, we listened to some gossip and things, and then we went to the tower. And then when we got to the tower, we did we pass Jolly when he was gone home or no?
I think Jolly and your paths didn't quite cross.
Yeah, I didn't think they did.
But yeah, he's gone back to your grandfather's to rest on his birthday that he told none of the party about.
Yeah, none of us even know it's his birthday. None of us knows. It's not like we can be like, hey, let's get him a cake and take it home. No jujubes for you, Jolly. Sorry.
But yeah, you headed into the tower through a mix of levitation and Resnor's strength, as well as a climbing rope attached to the wall, making your way into the second floor, where you quickly found that the tower seemed to begin to slowly rebuild itself once you entered, and was oddly still lit by mage lights from the inside, though the light did not pass through the hole in the outer wall. Coca-Cola found a new magical rapier hidden away in one of the rooms. Resnor has now received from, I believe, Zenlin, a new axe that feeds into his bloodlust. And Jillian stumbled upon a dwarven altar to spirits of some sort. Took a little blood off of it and offered it some plants. And then an ancestral ghost came out and kind of squeezed her heart, and she did not feel too good about that. Fortunately, the situation was quickly resolved with Cocola's dwarven diplomacy, and we find that there is now an opening in a pillar on a lower floor that will lead you to some sort of basement cellar, perhaps. as well as one floor above you and the ground floor still to be explored. What would you like to do?
I believe our strategy was to finish going up and then to go down.
All right, sounds good.
I'd rather know what's above my head before I turn my back to it, personally.
That sounds
And
like a wonderful idea.
I would like to point out, friends, that we have been discussing the possibilities of tunnels and such underneath of this place. And now we just opened something below. Like we there's a trap door that we opened below. So like I feel like we might possibly be onto something with our theories of there being something below here.
I mean, that would make sense. It was a military complex of some sort, right?
Right. But it just, you know how we were talking, like the tower keeps getting attacked. It's the only part of the thing left standing. But for some whatever reason, something is drawing it here. So now that we're going to be able to go down in the belly of the beast, so to speak, I'm curious to know what we're going to come across down there, because, I mean, I have my speculations, but I could be wildly wrong. I could be just honestly overly paranoid, but that's because I don't really trust anybody as far as I can throw them. And I might look like a super strong dwarf, but don't tell anybody. I'm only telling you this because you're my closest friends, but I'm not as strong as I look. I'm very agile, very nimble, not strong.
All right, let's go ahead and move over to the third floor there.
Yeah, let me move this map. Ooh. That's right. We're going
down.
here. Yep. There we go. Third floor.
Yep.
Third floor. All right. I need to move my little token over there. So let's go up the stairs. Let's go up the stairs. I'll lead. I'll go first.
Okay.
And I'll make Jillian hold my hand and stay very close to me, go right behind me, because I'm like overprotective BFF mode, and some angry dwarven ancestor of mine decided he wanted to play with her heart, and not even in the way that girls are used to men's playing with their hearts, and I think that's extremely rude.
Yeah, 100%. So you go ahead and lead the way up the stairs here to the third floor. You see, as you exit off of them, there's a long blue rug that crosses almost the entirety of this floor. And it appears to be made of the same wooden style as the floor below it for the flooring. And you notice the walls here are actually made of wood as well, unlike the stone wall of the floor below.
Which means it was probably an addition to this tower. I do have a passive perception of 18, but before I call my friends up behind me, I'd like to do a perception check just to see if we are alone or anything of the sort. I don't want to walk my friends into a trap or something.
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
Well, that's lower than my passive, but whatever. Good job, Coca-Cola. I got a 14.
All right. You do not notice any waiting threats or signs thereof. All of the doors look like they're closed in this room. You don't see anybody waiting or any obvious traps here.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll pull Jillian up the stairs the rest of the way and say, all right, it looks clear from what I can see.
All right.
Is there a layer of dust on things as we move into the room?
There
the same as it was below.
There is.
Why when
I guess same as the flow below. Stay close, but check rooms individually.
it sounds fine to me. Assumably, Jillian and Reznor, you're fine with that as well.
Yee, sounds like a plan.
Yes.
All right. We'll go ahead and just keep our order from last time. So, Kokola, you'll be first to act.
Okay. For some reason, we don't even have Jillian in our combat tracker.
Oh, odd.
Yeah, I think she had rolled differently. I don't remember what she had.
Oh, yeah, she might have manually rolled and then added. That's
Here, I got it.
all right. So being first off the jump, I will move into the room. This room here. And I think because my walking speed is only going to get me just a little further, I'll check this room first.
All right, go for it. Give me investigation, perception, whatever you'd like to do.
Okay. Let's go with let me give you an investigation this time, maybe. Nah. Yeah. You know what? I'll do both. I will do like a scan over the things, like I'll perceive things, look around, and then once I look around that way, then I'll do a deeper investigative look into like the furniture or underneath of things. So one surface scan and one in-depth scan. How about that?
Cool, sounds good. Give me your perception.
Maybe. What's this going to be? 19 perception.
All right.
And
So on a 19 perception, the things that immediately jump to your eye here are that the beds up here are in a little bit, they're not in worse condition, they're just a little bit lower quality than the ones upstairs. And the dressers appear to still have something in them there.
they're lower quality than the ones downstairs from where we just came from, where
Yeah,
it was
the beds,
stone.
the beds themselves look like they're lower quality, but it does look like there are things still in the dressers here, as opposed to downstairs where most of the dressers were empty. You can see like the corner of a piece of cloth poking out of the one on the right.
All right, I'll take things in the dresser for 500, please.
Give me that investigate.
21.
All right, on a 21, you find a couple of things in these dressers. You're going to find 2 sets of fine clothing, and you find the little piece of cloth, the corner that was poking out of the dresser. When you open it, you see belongs to a green cloak, woven with delicate patterns throughout. And when it rests over your shoulders, it is incredibly lightweight.
Oh, incredibly lightweight. I bet my cousin Gimli would know if this was elven made. Okay, so I'll pick up the cloak and the fine clothes. Any other things that I come across in here? Are there any journals or anything like that? Like indicates if this was maybe like a servant's room or something, right? Like, is there anything?
I'll say with a 21 investigation, just as you look around, you can see in these, I keep calling them dressers, they're closer to armoires. In these armoires here, there are little scratches in the wood that appear to have been made by like weapons being set in there. You'd guess this is just like a room where lower ranked people would rest. Still military of some sort.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else that I come across of interest or nothing that particularly stands out to me here, then I am EOT.
All right, let's move on to Zenlin.
Sure. Zenlin's gonna, I guess, cross to the opposite one and do the same thing. Kind of check around, see if anything of note is on any desk in any dresser under a bed or anything.
All right, give me that perception roll.
$11.
On an 11, again, the two beds up here seem to be lower quality than the ones you saw downstairs. But this rug in the middle of the room is really nice. Like, it's a nice rug. Very well woven.
I don't know if Zenlin can carry the rug.
Fair enough.
Like he'll probably try if it seems like, when you say very well made, if you mean like, exceptionally well made.
I mean, you would guess this would be considered a quality or luxury good.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna try. I don't think he's that interested, probably. But
Yeah.
you will say, I mean, this looks fancy over here.
Yeah, it's kind of odd to you. I think maybe it occurs to you that make an insight check actually.
I can do insight. Would Arcana potentially be available?
No, you will
Okay.
say it's insight for this.
14.
Yeah, it's you actually realize you've seen a lot of really nice rugs in this building, and they're oddly the nicest, most valuable looking things in here, other than the couple of weapons you've come across. Like some of these beds, the blankets on them are still just shaped like dead wolves.
He's gonna just ignore it. I'm gonna not have curiosity kill me today.
Okay, cool. Is that EOT for you then?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
If like these dressers look empty, they don't look like anything's in them or anything. Then
Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't look like much in there. Reznor.
Resnor. I'm
Pick a
probably gonna
room, any
go.
room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the one next to the one Zenlin's in, and
All
kind of
right.
check it out.
All right, give me a perception check.
Perception. 21.
Goddamn. All right. On a 21 perception, you scan this room and immediately realize the most valuable and / or interesting thing in here is the bed itself, which is extremely nice and has very fine linens on it.
There's a nice bed in here.
That's about it. That's about all you're going to find in this room is that there's a really nice bed.
Okay. That'll be Resnor's turn. You're gonna look at the bed.
Yeah, cool. Jillian.
Jillian's going to move to the room next to Coca-Cola. Will I be
Okay.
able to make that?
Yeah. You can.
And she's going to.
While we're exploring the upper parts of the tower here, we're not going to worry too much about your movement. Just
Okay.
pick like one room a turn to check out.
Yeah, this room right next to where Coca-Cola is, she's going to check that room out and see if there's anything interesting in here.
Yeah, give me a perception or investigation or whatever else you'd like to try to use.
Okay. Perception. 17 on perception.
17. I think when you look in this room, you notice decent bed, desk with a nice chair. Looks like there's a little dresser and mirror along the wall closest to you. Nice rug. It looks like a fairly well-appointed room. You don't see any like obvious clues or like papers hanging around or anything, but you're welcome to go check things more thoroughly.
All right, she's gonna check out the dresser.
I'm going to say this turn, you can tell me 2 things you want to check out.
The dresser, and then see if there's anything under the bed.
Okay. Give me what are you? Is she just looking? Is she like moving things around and peeking through them? Do you want to do an investigation or another perception?
I think I'll do an investigation. She
Cool.
really wants to see if there's anything. Figure out who lived there, who, if there's anything. See, I got a 17 on investigation.
All right. As you're looking through the dresser, you find a couple of things of fairly nice clothing. It's not noble's clothes by any means, but it's upper class clothing. And as you go to look under the bed, you see right at the edge of it, where it sits on top of the carpet, or that sits on top of that rug, there's a little raised bump in the rug.
She's going to.
We're actually going to
Lift
end
up
your
the-
turn. We're actually going to end
Okay.
your turn there, and then we'll come back to you next turn.
Okay.
Coca-Cola.
All right, so I'll move down the line. I will make note that while we've been kind of walking through the tower and checking things out, I've got my my nerd notebook from my pencil pocket protector out and like roughly sketching out like the layout, just circles and squares, nothing that requires me to do good cartography, but like a way to show Jolly like what we saw, but also like taking note of the things that are in each room, like on a separate sheet underneath where she's writing, like because they're
give me
just doing
just a
Go ahead. What do you want?
just give me like a DC 7 intelligence to
Flat
take
intelligence?
to have it so that your separate notes line up in an understandable way, like a clear and understandable way with your map. Hey, a 9 beats a 7.
Yeah, but it didn't add my modifier.
Huh, weird.
It should
What
be a
is
plus.
your-
So it's a +2 to my intelligence overall. So 11 total.
Yeah, your map is crude but perfectly understandable.
It'd be like how she would do if she was on a job that she, needed to take notes on the inside of something, kind of like that, like work notes
Yeah.
would be.
It's not a map you'd sell to anybody, but it's a perfectly good map for its purposes.
Yeah, exactly that. And I'll take note of like furniture. So like we didn't come here to loot everything, so like I don't want to carry out bearskin rugs right now, but if we decide to keep there by the place, then I want to have like a running inventory of the things that were here when we were here, so that way nobody comes in and clears everything out before
Yeah,
we
100%.
do.
Yeah, you can 100% have an inventory going.
Okay, so then I'll do that. I'm like passively doing that as we move around. And I'll go next room next to Jillian. I'll poke my head in to see Jill's on the way. Nothing interesting in there. I'll go to the next room. You find anything good? You're talking muted. I see your lips moving.
Your lips are moving.
There's a lump under this carpet here.
a lump.
Yeah, under this bed, there's something going on here.
Well, all right. You pull one side of the rug, I'll pull the other. Collectively, we have 2 muscles instead of just one. We make
Yeah,
a full
I'll
set
say.
of actual biceps.
Yeah, I'll say. You know what, Cola, for as funny as that was, you get a free help action from Jillian. Give me an athletics check to yank this rug out from under the bed.
Perfect. I am so good at athletics that I know this is going to be the best roll I make of the whole day.
DC 15.
I don't know what's going on here today, but no, I didn't make that. I only got a 13.
You don't add any to athletics?
No, I don't. I have a flat 0 strength.
Rough.
I
Rough.
am a dex build, not a strength build, remember?
Yep. So you pull on this rug, and it's like, it's moving, but it's by centimeters. Like, it's pinned underneath this bed.
You know what? Where there is a will, there is a way. There is always more than one way to solve a problem, Jillian. Guess what? We don't even have to pull this out from underneath of this bed. And what she'll do is, instead of walking away from the bed with the rug, she'll walk towards the bed with the corner of the rug and flip it up over the bed like a duvet cover.
Cool. Jillian, you still see that bump that's in the little bit of rug that is under the bed. Where you have flipped it up, Coca-Cola, you see clear floor.
All right, so the last thing that I'll do on my turn is I'll poke my head out the door and say, our collective 2 biceps still aren't as strong as your half a bicep, Resnor. So if you could come over here and give us some strength boy help, that would be fantastic. And that'll be EOT for me.
Cool.
Resnor's on the way.
Yep, Zenlin.
Zenlin will cross behind Resnor and search this room and see if there's anything interesting and take note of everything in here. Because he's not going to add much to that strength party.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, just give me your checks quick.
Sure, is that investigation?
Whatever you want to do. You can do perception, investigation.
I should have done perception, but that's okay. That's a 9, so not great. Probably nothing special in here.
Oh, does Zenlin not add anything to investigation?
He doesn't, and I'm dumb because I add 4 to perception.
I mean, if you want to make it a perception check, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
still
it's
ask
still a
me when-
13. That's still not a ton, but yeah.
Yeah. You take inventory. Honestly, this looks like most of the other rooms you've already looked in. You're starting to get a little you're looking at the same thing over and over and over, and you're not finding much new.
Cool. Then that'll be EOT.
Cool. Resnor.
All right, Resnor's gonna step out of the room and come over here and like poke in the door. What needs doing?
Well, Jillian saw a bump down there. We tried to pull the rug out from underneath of this bed, but it's big and we aren't.
So the bed needs to be moved, or the rug needs to be moved.
Whichever one you decide to move, so we can see what the bump is. I don't really know. Pull the rug or lift the bed, one of the two.
Resnor will try and lift the bed.
Cool. Athletics check, DC 15.
Athletics. 22.
Easy. Resnor, you lift the edge of this bed up, and Jillian, you're right after Resnor. I'm going to say you're able to flip the rug back and look here. You see that one of the floorboards is popped up a little, just a little out of place. Looks like you might be able to pull it out of place the rest of the way, in fact.
So Jillian moves the board.
Resnor Reznor has lifted the bed. If you want to, you can move the rug to see that that's what the bump is.
All right, Julian will do that. She will lift the rug and start messing around with that loose floorboard.
All right, you're trying to like pop it open.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just a DC 10 athletics.
Okay.
Feel free to use guidance on yourself as well if you have it. Don't need it. Never mind.
15.
Right. Julian, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. There it is. $15.
All right. Teen, as you pop this floorboard open, a little blast of green acid comes out of a vial underneath at you as it shatters and deals you 3 acid damage. Down here under the floorboard, you can see that there is a bag, small leather pouch, that looks like it's filled with coin.
She's going to grab that bag of coins. Look what's under here, guys! And wipes her face.
You have found 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
Did we just pay for the tower with its own money?
Almost. I think we're about 100 gold short, but just about. I think even if we don't like the status of it, like the tower's free now.
Yeah, like I don't even need to call in a Kundarak auditor to come in and look it over. It's gonna pay for itself. Oh Jesus! Good job, Jills and Reznor.
Teamwork makes the dream work, guys.
Teamwork.
I can't believe I rolled 6 ones.
It'd be like that. DM struggles.
I mean, I'm happy you rolled 6 ones. I didn't want to have to break that bed with some strong blade because it blew up acid on my BFF. I do have a temper.
I mean, there's a rug you could go cut up.
You're funny. You're funny.
All right.
I haven't drank dance, Zenlin.
At the end of that, it is going to go back to Coca-Cola.
Well, since Reznor and Jills are there and can look around the hole, I'll just go be productive in the next room where maybe I don't have to be strong. Because being strong is overrated. So I'm going to go in the next room and rinse, lather, repeat rogue things.
All right. Give me that perception.
Wow, D&D Beyond, you are just so nice to me today, you digital fucking dice. I got a 12 perception.
All right. You see that this room is set up almost identically to the last one you were in, though the bed is much nicer. And that's about it.
All right, and there's a desk, a dresser, and like a vanity, right? And then some like end tables.
Yeah, desk, armoire, vanity, and end tables. The
Okay.
only one of those that appears to have drawers is the desk. The armoire just has like 2 doors that swing open.
The doors, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
the desk was my place of interest because I am ever on the pursuit for information. So I'll use my second thing of this to do investigation.
Cool.
Well, that's at least a better roll. 16.
Alright, on a 16 investigate, you're looking over this desk. You open up the drawers, and you realize there's a little more space between the top and bottom drawer than there should be. You think there might be some sort of hidden compartment in this desk.
Like a false bottom, right?
Something like that.
Does
you're not
the space-
sure. You're not sure how it opens on a 16 or where it opens at, but you're pretty sure there is one.
Is the space on the... Is it like at the top or at the bottom?
So the drawers are both on the right side of the desk, and they are stacked directly over each other. The space is between the two.
Okay, so on the bottom of one, I assume I pulled both
Bottom of
drawers.
one, top of the other. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's my second thing, so I'll holler out, "Hey, I found a false bottom in here in this dresser. Or in this desk, I mean."
And that'll go to Zenlin.
Let's go in here and search. This one looks like just beds.
Yeah, this one looks very similar to the first one that you were in.
Yeah.
But go ahead and give me that perception.
Hey, we can roll. It's a at 2024.
Hey, on a nat 2024, you see tucked beneath the frame and the mattress of this back bed here, a long scroll with a ton of dwarven writing on it.
Coca-Cola, I need you. He'll take it and start walking out.
I'll say
Well,
you
it's
can
about
go.
time you
I'll say
admitted
you
it.
can meet. I'll say you can meet Coca-Cola at her room, and that was only checked one thing out. You still have a thing to check out left this turn.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Letting everyone do 2.
Okay, so yeah, then he'll be like, "Can you read this? Because I recognize some of the letters, but not the words."
All right, cool. Coca-Cola, do you take a look at the scroll?
If I can off turn, yes.
Yeah, you can take a quick look. You won't get any fine details, but you look at it, and you see this is a list of names.
Oh,
Looks like a roster.
like a roster. Okay. Yeah, then I'll just say that. It just looks like a roster, and I'll stick it in your pack. We'll look over it a little bit more later.
Yep.
All right. Zen, would you like to do anything with your second action to look at things today? This turn,
I mean, sure. I guess he'll peek his head in this last room because
Well,
he
hey,
now knows what the
over here-
bathrooms look. That's true. I could try and
You could try and look for that.
yeah.
Opening for the,
I can try and
false
look
drawer.
for the false
the
drawer.
hidden
Let me
drawer.
take a look. My
That'll be an
investigation is not
investigation.
great.
Osvaldo, okay, now.
Nope, it looks like a drawer to me. I don't even know that there's a false bottom there, Coca-Cola.
You know, that tracks. Appreciate you, Zen.
All right. After that, we'll go to Reznor.
Renzo will poke his head into this. Everything okay in here?
I mean, it's okay. I found a gap in this architecture of this desk here. Zen doesn't seem to see it, but I know it's there.
Reznor will squeeze in here and try and take a look.
All right, cool.
Take a look
Give
at
me,
the broadside cracks if you want to. It's just a wooden dresser.
yeah, give me an investigation.
15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On a 15, you see what Cocola's talking about. That there's too much space between these drawers, but you can't see how you would open it, like you can't see the way it's intended to be opened.
Can I fit my hand in the space, or at least
No, it's like there's too much wood between the drawers, kind of thing.
Resnor's gonna punch the wood.
Cool. Give me an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike. 17.
17. I mean, that's definitely gonna hit.
7.
7. All right. All right. You punch this, and the wood cracks a little, but it does not break. You think you just didn't punch it hard enough to break it in one blow?
Gotcha. Well, that's my 2 actions, so that's EOT.
All right, Jillian.
All right. Jillian's gonna head to the next room. She's all done checking out here.
Okay.
Let's see this corner room with the round carpet. She's gonna go in there and let's see. She wants to see if there's anything interesting in here. Is there a dresser that she could look at?
Give me a perception just for looking around quick.
Okay. Alright, 15.
So there's a dresser, there's an armoire, a desk, a bed, 2 chairs, and 2 end tables.
She's going to start at the armoire and just rifle through there and then move on to the dresser.
I'll just tell you what's in the armoire right now. Nothing you need to investigate. It's all out in the open. When you open it up, there are 2 sets of traveler's clothes and 1 fool's outfit.
Fool's outfit. How fun.
The clothes look like they are sized for creatures of about you and Cocola's size. Between you and Cocola's sizes, rather.
Right. And in the dresser, what's in the dresser?
That was the dresser. That was
the dresser? Okay.
Yeah, that's what you see in there. So we will go ahead and go back to Coca-Cola here. Coca-Cola Resnor has damage to this desk, almost breaking it open.
Yeah, I like his style. I really appreciate that. But I don't have punchy boom booms. So I'm going to try to see if I can find what it is that I'm looking for. Whether there's can I defer until after Resnor because I need his help to lift the desk?
I'm gonna say I would like you, now that it's damaged, just give me a free perception check to look over the desk.
Okay. I got a 23.
On a 23, you realize that with the cracks Resnor has made in the side, you can see the mechanism and think you might be able to follow it back to its opening. So you'll have an advantage on an investigate check to try to find where it opens.
Okay, I can do that. Well, I would like to do that. I ain't finding nothing. It's only a 10.
Yeah, you just can't. It's just not there. You're not sure where it is. You lose the path of the mechanism about halfway through. but you're pretty sure it's somewhere on the left side of the desk, I'll say. The
Okay.
place where you had caused it to open. Opposite side from the drawers.
So maybe there's I found the mechanism. I could see in there where the mechanism is, and I traced it back. I just can't find exactly where it is. I wonder if there's like a button or something on this side, that'll pop a trapdoor or something open. I'll tell the group
Cool.
that as I look around, and then that's the OT. That's my 2 things.
All right, Zen, do you want to stay in here and keep helping out with that, or do you want to move on to another room?
I think it kind of seems like between Coca-Cola and Resnor, they have it handled. So
Cool.
I guess he'll come in here and help Jillian. Is there anything, hey Jill, or anything interesting in here?
I was gonna check under the bed next, maybe.
Sure. Zenlin will get down and check under the bed.
Cool. Just give me a perception or investigation. Your preference.
$17.
You see something gold glint up against the back wall underneath the bed. You're able to. It's within your reach. You can reach out and grab it.
Sure.
You pull a pair of gold-rimmed glasses out, and you see that the lenses are tinted ever so slightly.
I feel like Jolly will like these. And he'll put it in his bag.
As you move it past, what's your passive perception actually? Is it above a 12?
Yeah, it's 14.
Okay, cool. As you move to put it in your pocket, or in your bag or wherever, you see a rune in Undercommon written on the side of these glasses. The rune for clarity.
Oh. Rune sunglasses. Noted. And yeah, I guess if there's nothing else in here, he'll peek in the bathrooms, but he's pretty sure they're just bathrooms.
Yeah.
And that'll be EOT.
Cool. Resnor.
So he'll be like winded up, and then he'll hear Coca-Cola say something about the mechanism being on the other side, and he's gonna check out kind of where she said.
Cool. Give me an investigate with advantage since you've been pointed in the correct direction.
13.
No such luck.
Resnor's gonna hit the desk.
Cool. Give me an attack roll. You're hidden in the same spot?
Yep. 19
You hit?
for another 7.
Alright, cool. Resnor, you punch the side of this desk and punch through the wood and feel your hand touch a leather binding.
I'll grab it and pull it out if I can.
You pull out what looks like a leather journal.
I'll kind of show it to Coca-Cola. Is there any like writing on it or anything?
There's no writing on the cover, but there is writing inside. However, your turn is over, so you will not be able to begin to read it this time. You can hand it to Coca-Cola, though, if you want.
Yeah, I'll probably put it on top of the desk so that we can both see it.
Cool. Jill, what you doing?
Jillian is, I think we're done with this floor. I think she's just gonna poke her head in and ask Coca-Cola how's it going in there with her and Resnor.
Well, we found a journal.
Ooh. Is it in Halfling?
It is not in Halfling, no.
Darn
It
I
is.
can't read it.
is written in an interesting blend of Gnomish and Dwarven. And you can see that actually the Gnomish is all written on the left page of each set, with the Dwarven written on the right page, and they are two distinct sets of handwriting.
Does it look like it was a translation?
Give me an intelligence check. Do you speak Gnomish or Dwarven?
No, I don't.
Okay, make it with disadvantage then.
Oops. I did a save instead of...
That's okay. I don't think you get proficiency in intelligence checks or intelligence saves as a cleric anyway, so it should be the same.
Okay. And with disadvantage, so I need to roll that again and see which one's lower.
Yes.
This one's definitely lower. 9 on the second one.
You're not sure if it's a translation, but you think it's a possibility. It's a good idea. Is there anything Jillian would like to go check out with her turn, or is she just kind of in on this right now? Because I'll say, if you're just kind of in on this, you can give someone the help action to interact with it next turn if you'd like, with your second turn.
Definitely intrigued by the journal, and I'll help out it as I can.
Cool. Then yeah, whoever investigates this journal next will get help from Jillian.
That's probably going to be me because I speak Dwarven.
Cool. Go for it.
It'd be dumb if I didn't because, I'm a dwarf, but...
Yeah.
But actually, above the table with the new D&D stuff, the way that you can customize your characters, you don't get origin languages anymore. You have to pick your starter language aside from common.
Yep.
So I was a dragonborn who didn't speak Draconic because I didn't realize. Wow.
You just can't roll an investigation check today, huh?
I can't roll anything today. I'm gonna have to switch off to my physical dice because this is getting under my fucking skin. Bad.
But I'll say you're fluent in Dwarven. You're able to read through the Dwarven side pretty easily. And it is the journal, uninterrupted, of a Captain Bryn.
B-R-I-N or B-R-Y-N?
B-R-Y-N-N-E.
Ooh, I was close. Okay, Captain Bryn. And I don't speak Gnomish, but Jolly does.
Correct.
So, and I'll just kind of lightly skim it. I don't need to fully read it. I want to just figure out if it's an accounting of battle, if it's a captain's kind of log sort of situation, or if it's it was hidden, so it's probably some sort of knowledge.
Skimming this, it looks like maybe it was a captain's log at the beginning, but it very quickly just became a personal diary of sorts.
Okay. Does anything kind of stick out on the pages as I read through it?
Give me a luck check. Just D20.
D20. I'm not a halfling, so I'm not lucky. But wow. I got a 9.
The one thing that does jump out at you is a line about 3/4 of the way through the entries. This journal isn't fully filled out. It stops at about 3/4 of the way through. So about 3/4 of the filled pages in, you see a line that says, "The binding is complete, and the tower is safe." And that just kind of sticks out at you because there's no other reference in here to a binding.
Okay. That makes me uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. I'll walk towards the door and poke my head out and say, "Hey, Zen, this might be something." I mean, I know you don't speak the language, but once we sit down and read it, there's a line that sticks out to me in here about bindings.
I mean, there are all kinds of bindings.
Yes, but this particular
Yeah,
line,
right, there are.
the binding is complete and the tower is safe.
I mean, that sounds like something up your alley, potentially. Some kind of ward, perhaps?
I mean, wards and seals are up my alley, but I feel like this is a different kind of binding, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we should sit down. It's written in Gnomish and Jolly. I mean, obviously, Jolly, he speaks Gnomish, so once we get out of here, we should sit and actually read through it.
For sure.
And I know that it was my fault we broke the dresser or the desk open because I wanted to know what this was, but we probably should try to avoid tearing anything up while we're here. You know, appraisals and all.
Yeah, you know.
I just thought about
disagree.
that.
I disagree. If we're getting it appraised, we want everything beat up so it gets a lower appraisal. And as
Yes.
long as no one knows we were in here, we're fine.
Yes, but I'm not quite sure how often anybody frequents this place. I mean, there's obviously a sheen of dust, but who was here last? Who knows what it looks like? And if somebody comes in to look it over and there's like a shattered desk in here, it's going to be hella sus. You know what? Actually, let me look at something. Are any of you good at mending things? Jillian?
Yeah.
Jillian doesn't have it.
All right,
No.
well, cool. Well, such is life, I suppose. Let's just try to... I'll pat you on the shoulder, Reznor. I'm not mad at you. It's my own fault, but let's just be a little more cautionary moving forward, okay?
All right. You have searched every room on this top floor. What would you like to do? You can continue to move up and move to the turrets or the watchtower on the roof, or you can move down to the first floor, or you can just hang out here for a while.
Just to clarify, none of us have any lit lights, right?
I don't think
Not
so,
Reznor.
no.
I wouldn't mind taking a peek off the turret tower. I'm just a bit curious about something.
Okay. Yeah, I'd rather go up. We could go up and look.
Cool. Yeah, you make your way up to the watchtower on the roof.
When I look out, what do I see?
You see the town in the distance, and you see no light emanating from the hole in the side of the tower, despite knowing that the floors below you are lit.
Is there
Make a
anything
perception
about
check if you want to look for anything else
Yeah,
in particular.
that's a 7. But he was kind of specifically looking if anything about the night sky or the town looked off to him, looked different.
It looks about the same, you know. There's some clouds in the sky that are headed your way. It might rain soon.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to look at anything while they're up here?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt, probably.
Cool. What do you think Cola's looking for or looking at?
Is it like fairly obvious that the lights aren't shining through?
Yeah,
Once
it's very obvious that no light is leaving the boundaries of the tower.
So I'll say, Zen, maybe you are right. Maybe it is warded, like you said, because the lights ain't sticking out. I'll just do like a general perception to see if anything looks different or interesting or off or any of the sort.
Cool.
Maybe I will. Oh, finally! All right, 27.
On a 27, you look out and you're looking over the town, you're looking over the woods behind you. Everything seems like it's where it should be. You see a couple people actually walking around on the streets of the town. And you see, peering out far, far down the mountain, you actually see a couple of wagons heading up towards Revan.
Wagon?
Yeah, like a caravan of 2 or 3 wagons, covered wagons, making their way up the side of the path on the mountain towards the town.
Which way are they coming from? Towards
Sharn.
Sharn. So that's
Southeast. Or southwest.
southwest. I was gonna say, wait a minute. Yeah, southwest. So from Sharn.
That's the direction. That's just me orienting on the map.
Yeah, she's just playing it over in her head, like the direction that they came, the path that they took, they came that way, and they went through that little fuck-ass town, which I can't remember the name of because all those people sucked.
Zalargo?
Yeah, Zilspar.
Oh yeah, Zilspar in Zalargo.
Yeah. I will jot that down in my notes. She will find it interesting, right? But it not necessarily enough to maybe like raise quote unquote alarm to anybody about it.
You also, I'll say, that's just the main road into Revan. The other path comes up the other side of the mountain and then cuts across to it. So, if you're coming into town from not on the mountain, or from the entire west side of the continent, basically, that's where you're coming from.
Yeah, so I think that will probably be us being done up here.
Yeah, unless anyone else has anything they want to look for. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Do you think you make your way down to the first floor?
I assume so, because we went
The
up.
question is, do we take the stairs down or the ladder?
I mean, the ladder's on the first floor.
Yeah, we got to take the spiral down to get down there.
Spiral down to.
Oh,
You see this
right.
You see this big empty hole in the middle? That's what the ladder goes down into.
Yeah, I think I had misunderstood and thought it was that central circle on the second floor, but that makes sense. I remember you saying it came from below us.
Yeah, there was a click and the central circle jerked upwards. Like the entire pillar moved up from down here. So, are you going to explore the first floor here? Or would you like to just head down into the basement? Cool.
No, we should look around the first floor before we go all the way down. We have to make sure each floor is clear before we put it at our back.
Cool. Just go ahead and spread yourselves out. I'm just going to say each of you pick one part of the floor to go to right now, and we'll run through that real quick because this is a pretty open floor.
I want to go where the food is.
You want to go in? You want to go into the kitchens? Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we'll put Coca-Cola in the kitchens. Then you're going up there by the stage.
Yeah, Zen will check out the stage.
Yeah. You see, there's a real nice piano here. And go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, Zen.
Wait, is this against a charm?
It is.
I do believe, even though I'm a drow, I do believe I still get the elf thing, right?
Yeah, you have advantage against charm.
I don't think I need it, but it's a non-natural 20.
Yeah. You feel something pulling you to play the piano, but you're able to resist it fully. And you immediately can tell that it was the piano itself pulling you to play it. This piano is magical.
Yeah, Zenlin will just call out, make sure you keep a distance from this piano. It seems magic and I don't trust it.
Would you like to try to investigate the magic of this piano in any way?
Sure, he'll try and, without actively touching it, look around, see if he sees any recognizable, like arcane sigils or anything.
Give me an investigation to look for that first, and then we'll do an arcana if you find anything.
Nope,
You don't
sure
find
didn't.
anything.
No.
Yeah, you don't find anything noticeable.
And I guess that would be 2 in theory, so that's probably EOT.
Yeah, that's EOT. We'll go to Reznor next. Reznor, you're just there in the middle of the room. What you looking for, bud?
Reznor just looking around the tables. He might kind of like peek at the counter that's over here, but he's just kind of looking around.
Cool. Give me just an investigation.
Investigation. 16.
16?
Mhm.
Alright. As you're looking around, you see that there is a lovely little book here on the counter. Open.
Is it the one right like here? Where I moved to?
Yep.
I look at the book.
You are reading through it. Do you start? Let me ask this: do you start reading where it is, or do you flip back to the beginning?
He'd probably just look at where it is now.
You see that it is written in common, and it talks about the foes most evil, which may be found in depths, can be faced and frightened off by great displays of light in many a circumstance, though some others crave it.
Zenline, Coca-Cola, everybody. There's some important stuff in this book. It looks like something about foes in the depths. And then he'll turn the page to see if there's any more. If this is the last entry in the book.
You see that it says that when you turn to the next page, it doesn't look like it's a handwritten book. It looks like something that was printed. Like this, there are many copies of this, possibly. You see that the next page talks all about the fungi, which can be found in the great depths.
I get. Would that be my 2?
I mean, you can make an investigation check if you'd like to try to figure out more about it.
Yeah, I was about to say he's probably gonna try and figure out probably close the book and look at what it was, but he's gonna keep his finger on the page it was at.
Yeah, I'll say you can do that to finish out your turn. So you close the book with your hand in there to mark the page, look at the title, and it is Exploring the Depths of Kyber. By Matriarch Elvenor Elorinthi de Fiallen. Give me a history check for free.
History. Dirty 20.
You recognize that name. Not the full name, but the Fiallen, as being one of the great houses. And in fact, actually, I'm going to say on a dirty 20, you recognize the full name. That is the current leader of the Elven House, Fiarian. Or Fiarlen.
Spell that. Elven House.
Phiarlan.
P-H...
Yeah, Phiar. IARLAN. I'll just send it in our chat.
That's fine. I got it written down. I just wanted to put the note because that's the first Dragmark house that we've come across aside from Kundarak, obviously, and then Jillian belongs to House Jarasco.
Yeah.
So just wanted to make a note of it. Thank you.
Cool. And that seems to be the author of the book. And it does appear to be a mass-produced copy. Reznor.
Gotcha. Okie doke. That's Reznor.
Zen. Oh wait, you already did yours.
Yeah, I think it was Jillian or
Jillian.
Krakola.
You are down by the front door.
You're muted,
It is
buddy.
closed.
He's checking around by the door to see if there's anything odd or anything that stands out to her.
Yeah, you're just looking at the front door to see if anything stands out. Give me investigation.
Okay. 22.
So I will say this is not accurate right now, that both these sets of doors are closed in-game. But the inside one, at least, is not locked. Would you like to open it?
I don't know. She doesn't want to open it.
Cool. You notice that the door here is not locked, and you see that there are two little guards tables off to the side that look like they have windows that peer into the vestibule that you could go check out as well. Here and here.
She'll go to the, I guess, her right, and she will go look through the window.
Okay, cool. Front door is closed. Again, really nice rug in the vestibule here. And you can
Such nice
see
decorators here, don't you think, guys? Nice carpet.
Yeah, and you can see across the vestibule to the other guard tower. Give me just a perception check.
Okay.
Or not guard tower, but guard's table.
11.
There's a little flash of blue in the corner of your eye, but it passes in like half a second. Might have just been a trick of the light. You know, you're peering through 2 stone windows.
That's yeah, that's odd, but yeah.
Alright, and we will go to Coca-Cola in the kitchen.
Yeah, so I'll just pop the door to the kitchen open and
Yeah.
kind of do like a cursory glance.
Give me that perception as you first walk in.
Yeah. I don't need to go all the way in and just kind of want to peek my head in and see if it just looks like a normal kitchen or whatnot.
Yeah, I got you.
17.
It looks like a very normal kitchen. In fact, it looks like a meal is in the middle of being prepared. Or it would if there wasn't an inch-thick layer of dust on all of the ingredients laid out here. You do notice that even, the basket of fish over here in the corner, none of the food appears to have rotted. It all appears to be very fresh still, but it is just covered in dust.
Yeah, I'm finding the layer of dust to be interesting, especially because everything seems to be in fairly decent condition everywhere we've gone. We've only come across really one section of dilapidation in this entire tower, and that was where we came in at on the 2nd floor. But
So, I feel like Zenlin, the dust makes sense. Zenlin is more confused about some of the things that are still here, despite the fact that we know this place belongs to the city and has had assessors in recent years go through it. Like the roster, like some of these things should not still have been here after someone at some point went through.
Right, and especially because it's the target of wyvern attacks regularly.
Yeah, we know someone's been through here.
Intact. Yeah, so noticing that'll be my first thing that I'd like to do. The second thing that I'll do is, since I'm kind of like right here in this area, I'll pop my head into this like pantry door area.
Okay.
And I want to see if it's the similar situation, if it's like still dust and so on and so forth, but all of the stores look all right.
Yeah, go for it. You pop the door open, and yeah, I'll say you actually notice there's less dust having settled here in the pantry. You think that might just be because it's a very small closed-off room. Yeah. But yeah, there's still some dust that's settled on top of everything, and nothing looks like it's gone bad. I think there's a little box of root vegetables here. You feel like you could probably grab one of those turnips and just bite into it, and it'd be pretty good as long as it's sit off first.
That's what I was thinking, right? Like I wanted to cut open. I want to take like a thing out, right? Like right there by where I'm at. Like there's like a little barrel right here.
Yeah. There's like 3 little
it
baskets
looks
of
like
potatoes there.
Potatoes or something. Yeah, like red potatoes. I'll just pick up a red potato and cut. I want to cut it in half with my dagger and look at the inside and make sure. Look, I want to see, right? Like, because it's like this feels the exact opposite of Great Expectations to me. Because when you go into Miss Havisham's house, all of the things that are like sitting out are like molded and falling apart and just look like they're rotting. And I'm curious here because this tower has been empty for however long, right? And there's still like fresh veg here. So I'm curious if it's a glamour on the veg or not. But I don't know if I'm necessarily glutton enough for punishment to want to bite into some random stuff in a tower that's been abandoned for a long time that's clearly under the influence of magic, but I'd like to examine the potato.
Yeah, you pick up the potato, you cut it in half. There's no eyes growing on the outside of it yet. You cut it in half, and you get that smell of, like, you know the smell of fresh potato, I'm sure.
I do.
Fresh raw potato. Yeah, it smells like a fresh raw potato.
Of course
Feels
I
like
do.
one too. It's like wet in just the right way, by which I mean just the wrong way. It's very uncomfortable to hold on the inside.
Yeah, I'll tell my friends, like, this whole situation is starting to make me a little uncomfortable, and I'm not sure I really even want to buy this place. It is going to be the end of my turn, but I would like to, next time we're on this floor, if somebody will help me remember, I'd like to look near the front doors when we come back through this area to look for any warding marks or symbols.
You can go look before you go downstairs if you want.
Yeah, I just want to take like a gander and see if on the interior side. I don't want to go out, but I'd like to look.
Yeah, of course. We'll go ahead and move back to the top of what we were doing here. Zen, anything else you want to do quick while we're on this floor? Do you want to keep looking at that piano, try to detect any magic on it or anything?
He might give it one more look over for anything, but he doesn't have a spell to detect magic, and he does not want to risk falling under whatever it's trying to do.
Cool.
But he was going to say, honestly, everything we found out about this tower makes me want to buy it more. I mean, most magic users dream of having a magical tower, and this one comes magic.
Yeah, so just give me, I'll say investigation or perception.
If I'm not mistaken, that's going to add up to 19.
That is a 19, yes. Alright, so on a 19, you see that this is definitely enchanted with, well, enchantment magic. But there are also runes of transmutation on here. Give me an Arcana check to try to figure out what it does.
Okay. Can't have two good ones in a single turn, so 7.
You're not sure. You know, there's a lot of spell effects it could do, but not any that really jump out to you as being, oh, this is definitely it.
Yep, keep away from the piano, everyone.
You got a 7. That's where we're gonna leave it with that.
Yeah, and Zenlin's gonna leave it and start walking across the room with nothing else to look at here.
Alright. Resnor.
He's gonna pick the book up and take it with him.
Cool. Pick it up, put it in your pocket.
Yep. And then he'll kind of head over towards Zenlin.
And I'll actually say, while you're there at that desk grabbing the book, you've got a passive perception of higher than 11.
Yes.
Cool. You see that there's a bookshelf back there with more books on it. And you see a wine rack filled with all sorts of different bottles of liquor.
He's gonna go investigate the liquor.
Give me an investigate.
He knows it's liquor with a 5.
Yeah, you know it's liquor.
Hey, Coca-Cola, I found liquor in here.
It's too early to start drinking, Reznor. Well, I mean, too late. We already drank some earlier, but we gotta keep a clear head. Maybe just one drink.
I was like, Reznor will look sad.
Maybe just one drink. And she'll
Come on.
skedaddle, like her little. You'll hear from the other room the shuffle of little tiny dwarven pitter patter on its way, right? Like the way when you tell a kid you've got Oreos for them in the kitchen and they come running from the living room. That sort of sound.
We'll go ahead and cut to Jillian quick, and then Reznor will come back to you and finish your turn after that with Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Jillian, what you up to?
Jillian's going to go to the other window and
Cool.
look out that one.
Cool. Just look across into the other. Look through the vestibule on the other side.
Yeah, and she's going to see if she sees the blue thing again from the other side.
Yeah, cool. Just give me a perception.
Perception. Yeah. Let's see, 22.
On a 22, you're looking and you don't see another blue flash. You're looking across and you can see. You actually notice that each of these chairs sitting around the tables on both sides has a name carved in the back of it. You can't read it because it's written in Dwarven, but you can tell it's a name.
She'll call over to Coca-Cola and say, hey, I think these are Dwarven names on these chairs here.
And I'll say if you want to try to sound them out just from the alphabet, give me an intelligence check. Cool. The names written on the back of the chairs on the right side, where you currently are, say Belby, Welby, and Mark.
Welby, and Mark. Alright. I'll holler their names to Coca-Cola and I'm like, anybody you know?
Not all
Anybody you're
dwarves
related
know
to?
Not all dwarves know each other, Jillian.
Yeah, that was pretty much my thought process. Was like, what? Do we all look the same to you?
All right.
Jillian, I'll point out that this tower has existed much longer than I have. I'm still a young dwarf.
All right, and that's where we'll cut over to Coca-Cola and Reznor as Coca-Cola walks up to have just one drink.
Solo uno, Reznor. Only one. That's all we're having. I know.
Only
You
one
never.
bottle.
You. I didn't say how big the drink was going to be, bruv. I just said we were only having one.
One
All right.
bottle each.
One
All right.
one shelf.
Coca-Cola, go ahead. Are you just grabbing a bottle at random, or are you looking over for the best one you can?
Absolutely fucking not grabbing anything at random. I am the equivalent of a Napa Valley wine snob. So I would like to look over. My pinky will be out as I examine things on the shelf in front of me. I'll have a pensive thumb on the chin as I really dial my monocle in and look. I want to check vintage. I want to know what's what. I need to know if it's red, rosé, if it's white, if it's brandy, if it's cognac, if it's vodka, if it's rum. I need to know all of it.
Cool.
I know you
Give me
Hold on.
an
I know you want-
investigation. Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Because it pertains to booze. I have
Because it
advantage
pertains
of that.
to booze.
Doesn't really matter. It's only a 15, but that's 15 more.
15's
zero.
not bad. You actually see that over like 3/4 of the bottles here are mead.
Are they Iron Gut?
They aren't iron gut, but they are marked with a symbol that has an anvil in it similar to yours. It is not the same as the iron gut symbol, but is similar.
Well, Iron Gut's been around a really long time. So clearly, the people of this tower in the past are not my kind of dwarves, she'll yell towards Jillian, because they don't have any taste. There's no Iron Gut in this place.
All right.
Do any of the bottles...
Did you remember... Quick question. Did you remember to add double your proficiency bonus to that investigation check?
I did not know. Let's see. Investigation only has my standard.
So 3 more, so 18.
Yeah.
That doesn't... Never mind. Same information.
Do any of them particularly stick out? Like, are any of the bottles particularly interesting? Do they say any, like, do they have any years on them? Is it all mead or just mostly mead? Like, what's the sitch?
There's a couple of bottles of wine here and there that are all on the bottom rack. They look like they don't get pulled out or used very often. But it is primarily mead, and about 90% of the mead is marked with that same maker's mark of anvil on a shield.
Are any of the bottle labels, like, weathered enough that I could peel one off to maintain the integrity of the symbol on it?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I'll say you're able with an 18 to find what you think is probably the oldest bottle as well, if you'd like.
Well, Reznor, I think you and I, buddy, we don't have to tell our friends this. I think you and I are the classiest here right now, so I think we should open this vintage one right here.
All about it.
Let's do it.
Reserve.
So we do. We're doing it. We're popping the top.
Doing it.
Cool. You're just gonna pop the top, chug the bottle between the two of you?
Oh, we ain't chugging it. Listen, we're sophisticated. We're elegant. We're classy. We're sommeliering here, right? So we're going to get a glass. We're
You're
going to
pouring half of a bottle into one of these, into two of the. You're pouring half a bottle each into two of these steins here.
Yep. But we're going to, let the bottle breathe a minute, scent it, waft it in, do the thing, breathe it in. Some nice notes of honey. And
Yeah, Reznor, you see Cola going through this whole ritual of pop the top, let the bottle breathe, line up the steins just right.
Reznor will politely just nod a little bit and then start to reach for another bottle.
Oh, so she'll pour it off, the fancy way, the way a waiter at the table would pour champagne. She'll like pour it over her arm. She's clearly being like sarcastic about this because, Coca-Cola, but
too much.
yeah, like Coca-Cola is the definition of your smartass extra friend. And
Yeah, I gotcha.
So she pours it and she hands it. I am teasing Shen because Shen is from Napa Valley and I like Arbor Mist and she says Arbor Mist isn't good, so this is all for Shen.
I mean, I also like Arbor Mist, but it's not good. We can be honest.
You know what? So I'm definitely pouring it with a dip. I'm gonna do a lean and make sure I pour it real nice, tip the glass just right so there's not too much head on the top, swirl it around, give it a sniff, a taste, swish it in my mouth, spit to the floor. Ah.
All right. And then you drink it.
Yes.
All right.
After I it tastes like elderberry a little bit.
Yeah, you are going to gain the benefits of a second level aid spell. You and Reznor.
Yeah, I love temporary hit points.
Oh, this isn't temp HP. This is
And-
increases your maximum.
Yep, it'll heal me 10 and increase my thing to 10.
Yep.
8 is one of my favorite spells in all of D&D.
Yeah. All right. At that, has everyone finished investigating the first floor? Or is there more you would like to look for?
While we're in here drinking after she stops being a smartass, you said there's a bookshelf in here, and I think Reznor had mentioned a book.
Yep.
So I'll just kind of like have a glance at the cover of the book, and then when I realize that it says that it's like the depths of exploring the depths of Kyber, I'll call to Zenlin like, "Hey Zen, aren't you from here? From Kyber?
Yes.
There's a book about your home here."
I mean, I
so
assume
I'll-
there are lots of books.
Yeah, and I'll also say it's pretty common knowledge that Kyber refers to the entire undersurface of the planet. It's not just where Zen is from. Zen is from a part of Kyber.
If all dwarves know each other, then Zenlin is from all of Kyber.
Yeah, I got you.
That's how it's gonna go.
Just wanted to make sure you were aware. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure you wholly knew out
Yeah,
of character.
Kyber equals Underdark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just me being a smartass, really. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You expect anything less?
I definitely don't expect anything more.
I mean, Zenlin matches it and is like, I assume there are a lot of books about where I'm from. It's an interesting place.
Well, it's conveniently located in the tower that we're investigating if you want to have a look at it. And there's some booze in here if you want to drink.
I'll pass on the drink. And I don't know, I figure, can't we bring the book and read it later?
Well, what if the person that was reading it comes back for it?
I'll say, Reznor, you did notice that there was an inch-thick layer of dust on top of that book as well.
There's a lot of dust on this book, but it's my book now.
I think the dust is the illusion.
The cake is a lie.
It is.
No, that's the meat, actually.
Well, that means a lie. Me can't lie. Wait.
I'll open another bottle and pour a mug for Jillian and drag Reznor with me to go see what Jillian was asking for before we all head downstairs because I think we're finished on this floor.
Cool. So you pour a drink for Jillian. Jillian, are you gonna take the drink?
Yes.
All right, cool. You will also gain. You will gain the benefits of a first level aid spell since this is no longer the oldest bottle. So increase your HP max by 5 and raise your current HP by 5.
Okay.
And then Mr. 23 hit points over here just refuses to drink. So
Zenlin doesn't drink alcohol.
I know I'm all for it. I just looked at your token.
It's
and
the
realized,
irony
oh
in
my
this
God.
situation.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
But yeah,
There's a
you
book
come
about-
over.
Go ahead, Chip.
You come over to see what Jillian was talking about, and it looks like the guards just kind of carved their own names in the back of the chair they usually sat in.
Yeah, so I'll tell her that it's just pretty much a dwarven pissing contest. this is my chair, that's your chair, I sit here, you sit there sort of situation. Actually, it's probably more like a Sheldon Cooper's apartment situation where Sheldon has his particular chair and doesn't want anybody else to sit in it because it has a perfect cross breeze, but also the perfect angle to see out the window sort of situation. So, but I will write the names down in my little journal and the names on the chairs on the other side. If they are any.
All right. Yeah, you go across to the chairs on the other side, and you see that there's no carving in the chairs here. There's a bunch of carvings in the tables, and it's things like Orin's a dick, Thorin sucks balls. It's just guards and mercenaries being rude and bored.
Yeah, it's frat house stuff.
Yeah,
All right,
it's bored military people locked in a base.
All right. Yeah, so I'll just tell Jillian that. But good eye.
All right. What would you all like to do now?
As we kind of like move towards where the ladder is, I want to tell the group about the potato and how when I looked in the kitchen, like all of the food, even though it's covered in like an inch thick of dust, appears to be still fresh. And I'll show them the potato that I cut in half, where it's like probably a little brown from the oxidization, but you can see it's a fresh fucking potato.
Yeah. Do you think you closed the kitchen door on your way out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
I want to say she probably closed every single door behind them before they left floors because
that's what I thought. I thought we said something about that last time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maintaining it to as much as possible the way that it was, aside from now the broken desk, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. The broken desk and the few small things you stole.
The raised pillar.
Is it stealing if we didn't get caught?
Yes.
Nobody saw it happen. No, it's not. Nobody saw it. We didn't steal it.
This is not. We're playing D&D here, not Skyrim. Different rules.
Yeah. Also, hashtag rogue gonna rogue.
Yeah, fair enough. Thought you weren't that kind of rogue.
I'm not. I'm recovering historical artifacts.
Indiana. Well, I guess it is your culture, so it's better.
Yes.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So we're moving along towards the ladder and the pillar.
Yeah.
Before we go, we don't have Jolly. We want to make sure we get out of here without being seen, so preferably without it being too long that we're missed.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to go down here?
Well, I mean, yes.
Fair enough. I just figured I'd check.
I mean, it's a valid point. How long do you think we've been here, Chip? Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Not even that long. Maybe 40 minutes.
So about 40 minutes, and it's, what, 8 o'clock at night? 9 o'clock at night?
9.
9-ish, yeah, because we left right like when everything was getting ready to close down to get here.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure, into the tunnel. All tunnels lead to Kyber. That's what we say back home.
well, isn't all of the underground Kyber? And isn't that what you were just cussing me about?
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta go far enough underground to hit.
Yeah, but all tunnels eventually lead there, so who knows?
All right.
Well, good, Mr. Tunnel Master, you go first.
So you begin to climb down the ladder.
I did not just send our squishy spellcaster. to
Zenlin will
go
go first. He'll probably feel more comfortable down here than he has in months.
Yeah, Zenlin, you lead the way, and just moving down the ladder, you begin to feel settled and whole. And we are going to move to a new page. Welcome to Cornerstone Caverns.
Cornerstone Caverns. I'm not going to say I said there was caverns under here, but I did said there was caverns under here.
I am gonna say I told you all there were caverns under here.
You
in the
hush,
episode where
ominous
in the
voice.
episode where you found out that it was a historical or should be a historical location.
Hey, ominous voice in the sky. You didn't tell us anything, okay?
Whatever you say, boss.
That's pretty much it, right?
All right. So, you find yourself in a cavern. The only natural light reaching down here, the only light reaching down here at all, except that which you may bring with you, comes down from that opening above, shining down the ladder.
Is it Reznor? Right? Halflings get dark vision, right?
I believe halflings have dark vision. Is there
That's
anyone
fine.
in the party who does not have dark vision?
I don't think. I think we
Okay,
all.
that's what I was checking. I would prefer that way.
Cool. All right, so if we all have dark vision, we are able to proceed without a problem.
Natural tunnels not worked, I assume.
These appear to be natural tunnels, yes.
All right, so
First glance, I'll say. Yeah, go ahead and you can just move as a group, however you'd like. About, what's the lowest speed in the party? 25?
yeah, that's 3 of the 5 of us are 25-foot movement speed.
Cool. You can move as a group, and if you're just moving, you can move 50 feet at a time.
So 50. So that would bring us pretty much here. I got you in the front, Zen, because you're the tunnel guy.
I think I technically have the furthest dark vision too.
Yeah.
Probably.
You
Mine's
see-
only 60 foot.
Yeah, I have 120 because drow.
Yeah, I got 60.
You see, just ahead of you is a small, cliff-like part of the structure that seems to drop down. And those of you with a passive perception higher than a 12 can hear the sound of rushing water ahead.
Just to clarify, with Zenlin's 100 feet, does he see anything
Uh,
down
with-
below?
With your 100 feet, you see the edge of the cliff. Looks like maybe a 15, 20-foot drop here. And then you see up ahead that there is a place where the river seems to flow underground and cut across the stone. As well as a small camp that appears tattered and worn up ahead.
There's about a 20-foot drop here. I think most of you can see that, but
Yeah,
there
everyone can
is-
see that.
There is, as I'm sure you can all hear, a river up ahead, and there also seems to be a camp.
Yeah, that's right at the camp is right at the edge of your vision. And everyone else can see to just before the river. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a dungeon crawl if we didn't go down, right?
Yeah, Zenlin pulls out some rope. Is there anything, any like boulders or something that he can tie a rope off to up here so we can get back up?
If not, I have.
There's a couple of rock outcroppings like along the walls that you think would hold at least you and the smaller twos wait. You're not so sure about Reznor.
Reznor can probably jump up and pull himself up, honestly.
Reznor very athletic.
Yeah, so Zenlin will pull out his 50 feet of rope and tie it to a
Cool.
thing.
Well, I've got some pittons. I got a hammer and some pittons in my pack. If you want, we could, like hammer one in to anchor the rope.
Yeah, definitely. That would work just fine.
Like
Yeah,
tie
we can do
the
that.
rope around, the rock, and then use the pitton to put it through like the knot to kind of like hold the knot into the rock so it stays strong. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So just go ahead and give me, whoever's hammering the python in, give me an athletics check with advantage.
Reznor, I'll hand you the hammer and the pythons.
Athletics with advantage.
And whoever's tying the rope, give me a sleight of hand.
I'll do that part.
I was going to say, I think that's you, Coca-Cola.
I got a 9.
Good fucking job.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oof.
Yeah, you hammer it in, and it's going in, like, you're hitting it with the right amount of force. It's going into the rock. But it's just like, you're not hitting it straight on. It's a little loose in the rock, but you think it'll hold.
Can I give my inspiration that I have to Reznor to try to roll again?
Sure.
I've been holding. I have an inspiration I've been holding.
Yeah, I'm 100% fine with that. Sure. Reznor, go ahead and give me one more roll on that athletics check.
That's an 18.
There we
And
go.
there you go. Perfect.
Solidly in the wall.
I believe in you. You can do this, Reznor. I know I'm not as inspiring as Jolly, but...
And you feel like you've tied it off pretty well as well, Coca-Cola.
I don't even know what I rolled. It didn't show.
16.
Okay, that's good. 16 is good.
During all this, Zenlin keeps an eye on the camp to see if there's any movement or any reaction to, I assume, there's sound from a python being pounded into
Oh yeah,
rock,
there's
etc.
a ton of sound, but there does not appear to be anything happening over at the camp.
Then I guess we'll climb down.
All right. With the rope and everything, I just need everyone to give me a DC 5 acrobatics or athletics.
Can we put Reznor on the ground first, just in case any of us little folks slip and fall? He can catch us.
I'll say Reznor rolled first, so definitely. I actually don't think any of you can fail this. No,
Yeah,
you all
I
passed.
was like, I don't think I can.
Technically, if Zenlin rolled a 1, he gets a 4.
Same with Jillian. But yeah, everyone passed with ease. So let's move on down.
For some reason, my damn dice rolls aren't showing. Nothing really. It's doing that thing it was doing to Shen the other day, how hers wouldn't populate or whatever.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're populating for me. You got a 24.
Yeah. If I go to my character sheet and open the game log on my character sheet, it'll show in that game log, but it's just, I even refreshed for some reason.
Odd. All right. Is this the marching order you'd like to continue with? And what would you like to do? I'm going to tell you now. I think. Yeah. Okay. Those of you who aren't Zen have 60-foot dark vision, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can all see to just the other side of the river, not far enough to see the camp itself yet.
Okay.
But Zen would essentially be able to see, right,
Zen-
this layout over here. He could see that bridge, I assume.
Yeah, Zen, you can see everything in this section of the cavern. nothing is too far away for you.
Okay. So yeah, he'll like describe to people and be like, well, there's a river 50 feet ahead of, there's a bridge over that way, but we would have to loop around past the camp that is 80 feet away.
And you can see that this crevice between your ledge here and the ledge below you is about 40 feet deep. Though it is not very wide, it's possible to jump at certain places. Certainly.
I feel like jumping the river is shorter and easier.
Yep.
If that's what you think, you can see farther than I can. So, I mean, I have little legs, so I'm not a good jumper, but I'll do my best.
And I'll let you know that, like, if you guys all move up to about... Zen, I'm just going to grab you and drag to show quick. Move up to about where I've placed Zen now. You would all be able to see the bridge, the camp, the entirety of the river, and all the way up to the other ledge.
And I mean, I'd assume that's where we would probably go and then figure out from there how we want to proceed.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Can I ask you a question about that cloak, Chip?
Sure.
Would any of us be able to figure out, like, how kind of we figured out that the rapier and the great axe were both magical? Would there be a way for me to figure out if this cloak was magical?
You would be able to, if you have any sort of way to detect magic or anything like that, you could make an Arcana check to look at it if you'd like, and see if you recognize any magical hallmarks about it.
I'm not overly good at Arcana, but I'll try it. Apparently now all of D&D Beyond's going to start crapping out on me. Wow! That was
On
a 9. It was a 19, and it was like teetering in the corner up there, back and forth, bouncing between the two corners, and then it rolled off to the 1. That's so annoying.
Yeah. So on a natural 1, you do think this is a magical cloak, and you're almost certain that you see a curse woven into the pattern of it with the thread.
Curse. I'm starting to believe I am my own curse. Okay. I'm not going to put it on because I don't want to be cursed down here, but I was hopeful it was going to be some helpful item, but
Yeah.
naturally not.
What would you all like to do?
What's the... So there's not like, this isn't connected, right? It is like a 5 or 10 foot gap we would have to jump or get over?
To go across the river, yes.
Okay.
You
the
could-
water
I mean, you
there
could
is kinda
theoretically-
same colored.
You could theoretically swim across the river.
That seems... Maybe Reznor can.
I don't
Yeah,
think
you'd have to be real fast to cross the
Yeah, I don't want to swim across a waterfall.
No.
Reznor?
No, thank you. Hashtag I'll pass.
So yeah, I mean, we can go back and try and jump across an area over there, but I think this is shorter and we can just walk around then and check out that camp up there that I think you guys can now see.
Yeah, you can you can see, everyone can see pretty much everything except maybe some of the little edges of the walls in this cavern area here now.
So we jump? Question mark.
No. Reznor.
Resnar.
You remember that one time when we were drunk and we was just talking about how fun it would be for you to just throw me across the bar into that guy that was irritating the piss out of us on the other side?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You want to throw us across here?
I can give it a go.
You're strong. We're small.
Cool. All right. So Reznor is going to try to throw people.
Uh-huh.
All right. Reznor, who are you throwing first?
Who wants to go first?
Hand up in the air. Me. Hi. Hello.
All right, Coca-Cola.
Evil Knievel me out of this cannon, bro.
Can I give him guidance first?
You can give him guidance. That is a wonderful idea.
And he'll have emboldening bond as well.
Mm-hmm. So Reznor, I need you to make an athletics check for me, and you'll be adding 2d4s to this.
Athletics and 2d4s. That's a dirty 20.
All right, you are able to fling Coca-Cola across. Coca-Cola, I need you to make a dex saving throw, DC 13, or land prone.
Well, if I land on my ass, you motherfucker. I got a natural 20 on that.
Very nice. I'm going to say on that, you can pick any of those first, 3 rows of squares on that side that you want to land on.
I want to land the farthest back right there. So that's the first 3.
Yep, cool.
Right.
That works. You throwing someone else next, Reznor?
Yeah, I'll throw whoever's ready to go. Next.
I'll go
All right.
next.
Jillian is next. All right, Reznor, give me that athletics check. You only add 1d4 this time, unless... Yeah, well, just 1d4 this time, because Jillian did
1d4.
recast guidance.
Oh, gosh.
It's a 10.
Jillian, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to try to grab the edge of the cliff to not fall into the water. DC 15. Alright, Jillian falls into the water. Alright. And we are going to enter initiative order. We'll just keep the order we've been going, which has been Coca-Cola, Zenlin, Reznor, Jillian. Coca-Cola, Jillian is in the water, about to be washed away down the waterfall.
I am not strong, but that's my best friend, and she's in heavy metal armor, so I'm not going to be able to fucking pull her out. So I'm going to jump in and at least try to get a hold of her and get her head above water so she don't fucking drown as we're about to go down this waterfall.
I mean, she's above water. She's not unconscious or anything.
Well, I didn't figure she was, but she's in plates. So
Yeah, fair enough.
That's gonna get full of water and pull her, and I don't want her to get pulled under and not be able to breathe.
Yeah, I got you. So you're trying to keep Jillian above water. I'm going to need you to make an athletics check.
Yep.
And you said you're also jumping in, correct?
Who?
You said you're jumping in the water?
Yeah, I'm going in to get her. I'm not going to let her go down.
All right, just clarifying.
Can I
You're able to
reach her without jumping in?
you Actually, no, you definitely can't. Not at
Yeah.
4 foot something.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So I have to go in, and I
Yeah.
only have an 11 athletics. So
On an
plus-
11, you're able to keep both of your heads above water. Let's see what the emboldening bond gives you. 14, yeah.
14.
On a 14, you're able to keep both of your heads above water, but you are both going over this waterfall if someone doesn't get you out of here. Zen, you're next.
I can get one person out of there. I guess instinctively he's gonna burn a second level spell slot and cast Levitate on Jillian and levitate her 30 feet into the air.
Cool. Jillian, you are no longer in the water. Coca-Cola, I'm going to give you a reaction to try to make a grapple against Jillian. You just have to just make an unarmed strike and try to hit her AC.
Okay.
Or a DC 15 athletics.
Probably gonna do terrible on both of these, but you know what? Let me roll my regular dice because these digital dice. This is a pertinent problem here. I'm trying not to get us dead, or by us I mean me and my multiple personalities because well, it's fucking charming. I don't think does 18 hit you? I don't think it's enough to hit still with your plate, is it?
18 exactly hits Jillian.
Oh, well,
So
I'm
you
punching
grab
you.
onto, you just grab onto her as she moves, as Zen lifts her up, and you're able to tag along.
Good.
Reznor, Jillian, and Coca-Cola are both dangling about 10 feet in the air above you.
I do have an idea here, Reznor. Can you get me up so that I can grip one of her feet and then swing across the chasm?
You're willing to trust your athletic check?
I'm more willing to trust you to lift me up than I am for you to throw me.
And I'll say swinging across on someone's legs is definitely acrobatics, not athletics. That's some Cirque du Soleil shit.
If that is what you want to do, come here. He'll get down on like one knee and cup his hands to.
Yeah,
get
you're
Finland's
able to lift Zen up there, no problem. Zen, acrobatics check to try to swing across on who you grabbing, Coca-Cola or Jillian.
I don't suppose what Reznor is doing counts as the help action.
I imagine Reznor long catted you, just put his hand under your armpits, just held you up.
I'm gonna say no because Reznor
That's fine.
already. Yeah.
That's fine. Zenlin got a 21.
Yeah, Zenlin, again, you grabbing Coca-Cola's foot or Jillian's foot?
Jillian's, because she is the one who is magically levitating and
Cool.
can't be pulled down.
Just had to check. Alright, yeah, you grab Jillian's stubby little halfling leg, swing, and leap to the other side of the river, no problem.
Does the inertia of his swing pull her at all through with the levitate?
That's a good point. She can pull herself
I'm
along
gonna
the wall.
say yes. You pull Jillian and Coca-Cola over with you.
And that means they're over the rock, which means I can drop levitate and
Yep.
Jillian anyways floats gently to the ground.
Yep. And Coca-Cola's holding Jillian, so you also float gently. Reznor, you are the only person left on that side of the river. You ready to jump across, buddy?
Yeah, Reznor's gonna take a run and start jump.
Cool. It's smaller than your minimum jump. Or than your jump calculator gives you. You can just do it. You don't gotta make a check.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the same would have been also true for Jillian. Jillian could have just jumped.
I was told to be a catapult tag.
Yeah. No. But yeah, you have all made it over by this camp.
Well,
Uh,
hopefully they're hospitable and are going to offer us some ale because after that I need it.
You see broken, torn up tents, a fire pit that has been put out, a bunch of broken crates, what looks like some pickaxes that were being used to mine but have been long abandoned. And you see, again, that thick layer of dust settling on everything down here in the caves as well. It
Now,
looks like these tents were rent and torn by something other than the ravages of time.
hear me out. You say they look like they were ripped and torn. Can I see if, whether through nature, arcana, whatever, I recognize what might have done it, any claw marks, etc.?
Yeah, give me... I'm gonna say, are you trying to, like, identify a beast, a type of magic, or just... Like, are you...
So
can-
that's kind of complicated
So what
because...
I'm going to give you here is you can call your shot and try to use a specific knowledge skill, or you can use an investigation. It'll have a slightly higher DC than if you got the right knowledge, but it'll work for any of them.
So I think it's kind of mixed because obviously what's on Zenlin's mind is wyverns, which are kind of a magical being, not a beast.
Yeah.
But I understand nature might be more applicable.
If you're trying to see if it's wyvern specifically, I'll say you can use an arcana.
When it counts, natural 20 for 23. Oh,
Definitely.
wait, nope, it turned off and landed on an 8 for an 11.
You still know this is definitely not wyverns. Many
Okay.
of these tears look like they were done by some sort of bladed weapon.
Oh, this doesn't look like a beast, did it? So that's good to know.
And that actually is where we're going to end our session for the night. As we begin our investigation of the tents here in Cornerstone Caverns. Good night, and thank you for joining us for this episode of Gilded Destinies. I've been Chipper, your DM. With me tonight are Reznor,
Reznor.
Zenlin,
Reznor.
Jillian,
Reznor.
and Coca-Cola.
Hi, friends. Good to see you. Oh, I'm not resnoring ever.
Reznor.
Ever.
All right. We will see you guys hopefully next week for unlucky episode 13 of Gilded Destinies.
Do not fucking say that. I'm not naming it episode 13. I'm titling it different. We're skipping 13. You just make my stomach drop saying unlucky 13. You know what, Chip? You're evil.
Especially with our D&D luck, like with our luck with campaigns.
Yes. Shut up, Chip. Don't say it. Curse you, tiny toilet. Ugh. Damn it.
All right.
We'll see everybody next
Yeah, we'll see everybody next week. Have a wonderful night.
For what it's worth, Chip, well done. And I hope you know what I'm saying that in reference to.
Hey, we're still live.
I'm waiting on it to shut down. It's just like spinning.
No worries. I just wasn't sure. Well, this is awkward. I already did my outro.